Hello there everyone, Coolnickyd here. Welcome back to another video. Today we are here talking about the brand newly rumored, leaked, not yet announced, but happening, Sims 4 rebrand. And it's more than just this. It's more than just these two logos switching around. There's a lot to discuss today if you have not yet heard about it. We're talking about changing the name. We're talking about changing the covers of the packs. We're talking about changing what The Sims is. We're talking a lot. I am very interested in this topic. I actually just graduated with my master's in digital marketing, which if you don't know what that is, it's like I went to university and I finished that degree, but then I did more school and I finished another degree on top of that. And yeah, I spent 2 whole years talking about digital marketing, but I've always had a love for like logos and branding and how brands represent themselves. I've always loved that. And so this is just really genuinely intriguing to me, and I'm going to love yapping about this for the next however long I edit this down to. That's all I gotta say. It's really interesting. I just want to stop yapping. Let's get into it. Okay, first, let's start here. We got this article earlier this year. This is from the Sims community, a website that I use religiously and love, by Jovan here at the Sims community. And we got a rebrand earlier this year. We saw this primarily come with life and death, and especially businesses and hobbies specifically. Like they completely changed like the way the logos are for everything. So we got a previous rebrand in 2019 with like the bright blue and the new logo icons, which again, I made a video on talking about how I'd never liked these. And then we got like the new kit designs. Then recently we got the new wallpaper, lock screen. And then officially we ended up getting the 2025 rebrand. So this part really launched with businesses and hobbies. They didn't do like the bright blue expansion pack name anymore, or bright green, like teal color, whatever they use. We got this, and we got the typeface, just businesses and hobbies underneath it. We got the new font, which I need to save that. Yeah, I'm gonna download that link. I need that desperately. So my thought when I saw this was that was gonna be it. That was the rebrand. We're ending it there. Like they made a giant rebrand in 2019. Like that was a big choice for them to change up the way the logos look, to change up, all of that colorfulness and make it very minimalist, like kind of, fit with the times. But that was a big choice for them. And so when I saw them updating the typeface and the font and like even just like the logo, like this is a pretty big deal in like brands, right? This is a big deal. You are changing the identity of your brand. People have merch, stickers, shirts, YouTube, like your entire YouTube page and all of your socials have those brandings. That is a very big deal to change it, even in the slightest, right? So then I went on Reddit and I saw this. I'm a Reddit truther. I love Reddit. I am always through the Reddit threads. I am never contributing, but I'm always reading. I love like Reddit threads for like all of my reality TV shows that have like spoilers and stuff like that. Love it. And with The Sims, it's the same way. So this is from artist6995, but credit to this person who found the videos originally of these brand new things. And my first thing that I noticed was this. This is one photo, so I can't really zoom into this, but this and the different logo typefaces, color waves for each of the packs. And it is very reminiscent of what they used to do, where each pack literally expansion pack used to have a different color. And I again made a whole video about how important that is to me and how important that is to a brand to have like differentiation, diversity amongst their logos, because it just helps convey the emotion of a pack. When you have such a minimalist design and like everything is the same across all of it, it gets boring and it lacks personality. And for a game like The Sims, like you need to have that level of creativity in everything that you do, in everything. I'm a firm believer in that. So when I saw this got me so excited. I love everything and anything about this. I want to see them redo these for every single one of the packs, including the stuff packs and the game packs. The kits, I could deal with the kits not having them, but still, this is everything. I love this. And I'm assuming that with these new logos would also mean new pack cover arts because they're probably going to update their entire thing. And maybe that's kind of why we're in a lull right now and there's not a lot of content because they're currently working on this. But the next thing that I noticed was this. So this is like a series of animations, like cut like clip by clip. So this is not a logo. This is like, you know, it's animating out. And I've noticed that the word 4 is dropped. The word 4, the Sims 4, the number 4 in the Sims 4 is dropped. And I just thought that that was because like the main brand is called The Sims and The Sims 4 is the game. But then I noticed above each of these 3 logos here that the 4 is also dropped. So I was like, okay, that is really interesting. Like maybe they are dropping the 4 from The Sims 4. So then we're going to go to this Sims community post made by Treefoot. And we are seeing a bunch of new things. They say the vision was to treat The Sims as a postmodernist entertainment platform rather than just a simulation game. This meant elevating its identity-fluid nature and fan-driven storytelling, encouraging creative expression in film, merchandising, live events, and more. Diversity, hybridity, and personal creativity flourish. Their existing way of branding just did not do that. It was all to the same. And I just love these. I love this. And so they're talking about how they want to embrace a Y2K inspired aesthetic, reflecting, you know, some nostalgia and innovation, which I totally get. I totally understand. Everybody is embracing this Y2K aesthetic all of a sudden. And I think that they're doing it correctly. Like it's giving. I don't know if these are just concepts or whatever, like these don't have those fancy logos, but eventually if they will. And I mean, this just looks so much better than what they had before. Even when they first started, it was just like on like a white background. They never really had like a setting. This makes so much more sense. Okay, now this is a video I want to watch as well. So let's make this full screen. This is obviously a watermark on the screen for whoever found this. So The Sims, right? Not The Sims 4, which is interesting. The real life human imagery, I will admit, is not my favorite. But again, they're trying to bring it into the real world. And The Sims is not just going to be a game. And I think that it's smart in a sense because like The Sims is it's a 2-decade-old game. And as you'll see with anything, movies, music, like you at some point have to become a nostalgia act, right? You can make new things and you can continue to evolve, but you do at some point have to play into nostalgia and become a brand. And I will take like my favorite artist, for example, Britney Spears, right? And that's perfect because we're just talking about Sim sessions and music right now. Britney Spears, she is an icon. She's been around for decades as well. And there has come a point where like she's not making new music, but like her brand has to live onward, right? And whether or not fans agree with that, because like sometimes I'm like, well, I want to see things like for Britney. I don't want to see things like on behalf of her as a brand, but her brand and her estate, in order to make money, have to play on that nostalgia and do at some point have to become a brand outside of just the person who she is and the singer/performer that she is, right? And so for this, I see this as The Sims just becoming more of a brand rather than becoming just a game, which is very hard to take in for players that have, like myself, who have been playing forever. But it like in the grand scheme of things and just in the grand scheme of how like companies and again, like movies and musicians and things like this work, it makes sense. Like think of like the cult classics movies and the cult following that they have. Harry Potter is not just a movie. It's like a lifestyle. There's merch, theme parks you can visit. There's so much outside of the books and the movies that Harry Potter now has. And I kind of see The Sims doing that in like a really, interesting way. Whether this rebrand of dropping the 4 from the Sims 4 title is official or not, one thing is certain: the conversation around The Sims is far from over. Right. From a rebranding perspective, EA's move is savvy. Dropping the number removes confusion for new players who may think they need to catch up on past games. This can bring more versatility to new players and open the world up. Additionally, it repositions The Sims as a more open-ended experience, like an evolving world. Right. So it does come, honestly, as like an upsetting thing for people who are excited for The Sims 5 and excited for Project Renee, or, what Project Renee was supposed to be before it turned into this, whatever it is. I think it'll upset a lot of people, but I have also made videos in the past where I've said that I don't necessarily care that much. Like, it's really hard for me to, like, I've invested so much time, effort, and money into The Sims 4 that if they just started something new, I don't know that I could fully commit to it. So I think they are just, like, playing and running with this success that they have. If you think of things like Barbie and, like, Lego, right? Barbie was literally a doll. It was a single doll, and now it has a movie. It has literally everything Barbie. If you think of Legos were just little bricks that you play with, and now there's so many sponsorships and partnerships, movies, all of it, and it exploded. And like, I don't think that the core following of Legos or the core followers of Barbie necessarily hate those things about their brand. Like, I don't think so. As a very big Lego fan myself, my YouTube journey started as a Lego channel, right? When the Lego movie was coming out, I was only excited. And when they were doing these collabs and things like this, I was only ever excited. And so this about The Sims, it hopefully should excite you. Like, it shouldn't be something that I believe we need to be like scared of or upset about. Like, I think that it is going to be very, very different. And I think the reality of finding out that like The Sims 5 is not coming genuinely it's upsetting, right? We all wanted something new and fun and fresh, but I don't hate this. I don't hate that. Cool. I just would love to see what they do with it, right? Because in the past, like, let's acknowledge it here. Like, The Sims has promised and said so many things in the past that have never actually ended up happening, right? They've said that they're going to make The Sims 5. Not really. They said they were going to make Project Renee, which is the next evolution of the game, and we thought it was going to be what it was, but it wasn't. So, like, they've alluded to doing things in the past, or, like, you know, the pack refreshes, right? Like, we got one with Spa Day, and it never happened again. Like, they do these things, and, you know, we've gotten rebrands before, and we're getting more rebrands on top of rebrands on top of rebrands, and it might be a little embarrassing for them to do another rebrand so soon after their last rebrand. And to drop the name The Sims 4 and just make it The Sims entirely, like, let's be real, are we ever going to stop calling it The Sims 4? No, I'm not going to stop calling it The Sims 4 the same way I haven't stopped calling it Twitter or haven't stopped calling it HBO Max now that it's back to being HBO Max again. But, like, those things are not going to change, right? Like, let's be real. It's kind of dumb. Is it kind of dumb? Yeah, it's kind of dumb. But I also think it's like they need to make this dumb move in order to be smart about it. You know, I don't know. I'm so intrigued. I'm so interested to see where this actually goes. If they'll actually talk about it or if they'll just kind of things will start happening. I don't know. But I feel like all of this is happening because of the Sims movie that's coming out. That is genuinely what I believe. I believe that the Sims movie is the main driving factor behind all of this. So, guys, I'm excited to see what they do. I don't know. I'm excited. Thank you all for watching this video. Let me know what you guys think about this rebrand in the comments down below. I want to hear what you guys have to think. Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it's a bad idea? I think we should be open to change. That's all. For now, though, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like it. I'll see you guys all again next time. Goodbye.